All right, going to be a very busy Rock Pat Wednesday night. More on that in a moment from KDKA. The big story today, Giant Eagle being bought by Kroger. $1.65 billion. Deal will close in 2027. I got to tell you, most of the fans, most of my friends, most of the family knows groceries are my life. And the phone has been literally all day since my eyes first opened, people reaching out, asking, wondering my thoughts. So here they are. Look, I have a lot of respect for people in this industry. I have worked with Coons Market for decades, and I wish my friend Joe Dentisi was here to talk about this story. I've already been talking to the powers to be because it's a major story. But look, I go back to the Shapiro family who really put this entire thing up where it is now in this stratosphere. And as far as Kroger's go, that brand, back in the day when I was doing play-by-play and traveling morning, noon, and night, I spent a lot of time in those stores. And I remember as a kid, I'm old enough, when they were once in this market. And let me say, when the Albertson deal did not go through, you got to evolve, you got to grow. I mean, even Warren Buffett talks about it all the time. You have to evolve, right? So I just thought that this could happen, and it's become a reality. I just want to wish everyone the best, and I'm just always proud to have a chance to talk about the grocery industry. And you know, one of the things that I really wanted to do in my lifetime, and I used to talk to Joe about this all the time, I wanted to have him and David Shapiro in the studio just talking the business of groceries. You know, even though this is a major corporation that we're talking about, Kroger and Giant Eagle, and that locally owned and independently operated, one of the last anywhere in the country. That's why I love Coons Market, and I'm speaking from the heart. Groceries are so essential. You know, as Joe used to say, everybody's got to eat, and that's what it comes down to. And before I head into work today, as always, I will be going to a Coons Market, a grocery store, just to see what's happening in the industry. But it really goes back to when my grandfather and my grandmother, you know, were bringing food to our house, and my dad and my grandmother discussing who had the best deals in town, watching the Andrusik family build their brand, the Economy Supermarket, one of the first brands to have their own warehouse. So I've been around it, from the Foodlands to the Shop and Saves to the Thoroughfares to the Loblaws. I've seen it evolve. What we now see with the big brands who are in the grocery industry, names like Walmart and others, and Costco's and Sam's Club, it's food. It's essential to who we all are, and that's why I love promoting it. And I just hope that whatever this deal is, as Mr. Dentisi used to always say, it's got to be a good deal for both sides. And I must tell you, it's exciting. It is. And I'm sure this will not be the last time we discuss it. But I know one thing. I really appreciate my time in Coons Market. I appreciate what we're doing in Bellevue with the new store. I love groceries. Why? Because as Joe used to say, everybody has to eat. So for the latest on this story, Kroger buying Giant Eagle, the deal to close in 2027, $1.65 billion, KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Now, the other big story, severe heat. Pittsburgh region is bracing for a hazardous code red heat wave. In response, the city has opened cooling centers across Allegheny County to protect vulnerable populations. City budget changes. Pittsburgh City Council has passed a heavily amended 2026 budget. A notable change includes a 50% reduction to the city's food justice fund. There's that word, food, again. Criminal investigation. State police have charged a woman with criminal homicide following a fatal stabbing in Armstrong County. Some public safety news. Pittsburgh police are investigating an incident on Liberty Avenue involving a man firing a semi-automatic handgun. Surveillance footage is currently under review. Now, next up, national, international headlines. Senate tax bill. Senators are engaged in a vote marathon regarding a $4 trillion tax after spending legislation packages ahead of the 4th of July deadline. Supreme Court rulings. The Supreme Court has struck down an executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship and upheld state bans on transgender females participating in school sports. That stuff continues to go on. We'll continue to discuss it. And the Venezuela earthquakes. International rescue efforts continue in Venezuela following that catastrophic earthquake that has resulted in thousands of people being injured and over 1,000 deaths. Federal job training funds starting July 1st, which is today. Pell Grants will be available for short-term workplace training program through only 12 states are currently prepared to implement the program. So there you have it. That's the news, and of course, details right now at KDKA 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Now, Rock Pad Wednesday night will be a little different tonight. I'm really excited to tell you what we're going to do. It's going to be a warm one, but we will be there enjoying it, all of the sights and sounds of that North Shore that continues to be a city within a city, the giant Ferris wheel, of course, Rooney Way, AccuShore, the Steelers, the Rooney family, absolutely love that footprint. We're going to be over there beginning at 6 until 10 because it's all about the World Cup. And the only thing that matters with the World Cup right now, as we are with you on this Wednesday, is Team USA trying to get to the round of 16. 8 o'clock Eastern, they take on Bosnia-Herzegovina, and we're going to be there through 10 o'clock. We've got Paul Childs, the former Pittsburgh Spirit, who's been in this country since 1972. He's going to drop by. He has seen soccer evolve in a big way right here, and one of the reasons, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Riveters, and I'm so excited to tell you that between 8 and 10, 4 of the best will be with me on location along with Greg Diolis, and we're going to be following the game and talking soccer and talking sports, talking our beloved city, and it's going to be fun. So looking forward to that, and that starts tonight right after local news at 6 on KDKA. All right, some other sports news. Let's begin talking about the Pirates who took it on the chin against Philadelphia yesterday, did they not? Pirates have to get healthy. They've got to figure out this bullpen. Nobody is a bigger fan of the Pirates than me. And when I'm at AccuShore tonight, I'll be gazing across that giant piece of land on the North Shore looking at PNC Park and all the history of this team and those statues that circle that stadium from Clemente and Stargell and Honus Wagner and Bill Mazeroski. This is truly one of the most important franchises in all of baseball. And I think we're headed down the right road. Just need to shore some things up, and hopefully we can get it going in the right direction. Don't forget, Kuzmark, the Black and Gold Sunday Show. We always talk the Pirates with our friend, the former Pitt Panther baseball coach, now Special Assistant, IMG Academy, Joe Giordano. And we're going to be talking a lot about the World Cup. Now, Micah Fitz will be with us Sunday at noon. He is the women's soccer coach at Geneva. Has been doing such a great job for us, so we'll get caught up in all the World Cup, and hopefully we'll have a Team USA victory to talk about when they get underway tonight at 8. Serena Williams, I watched it. She came back, tweaked the knee early, didn't say anything, fell short against her 20-year opponent. That's right, 20-year-old opponent, 44-year-old Serena Williams. Looked absolutely fantastic, I thought. But word today is that knee may be a little bit more worse than we first thought. Could prevent her from her doubles match that she has scheduled with her sister this Friday. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But I hope it's not one and done. I hope she comes back. I still think she has the grit to get it done, and it was such a joy to see her back at the all-lawn tournament that is Wimbledon. And other news, LeBron James saying goodbye to LA, and that's the only thing anybody wants to talk about in the way of sports. So the king still sitting on his throne, now in his 40s, and we're all wondering what the next stop will be. As much as many of us want it to be Cleveland because that's where he started, grew up in Akron, I still think he's got so many business deals out on the West Coast because the guy is a media mogul, and he's going to have a whole lot of life after basketball. I still think Steph Curry and Draymond Green having the same agent, Rich Paul, as he does. Draymond did not take the $27.5 million offer that was on the table. He kind of left it to free up some room for extra cash. And look, he's not going to make $52 million like he did with the Lakers last year, but he's going to get a nice chunk of change, and he should. But I think, and then Jimmy Butler comes back once he gets healthy, I think Golden State might just have something there because, let's face it, Steph Curry, greatest shooting point guard ever in the history of the NBA. So that, of course, we're counting down to the Steelers, and whenever I talk the NFL, I always talk Invisalign, the clear choice for a better smile. And what I love about this team, fast on both sides of the football. And I was doing some thinking about, this football team and what's the glaring difference between this year and last year. Obviously, an offensive-minded coach in Greenfield native Mike McCarthy, but they've added a lot of speed. And with giving Nick Herbig this deal and Joey Porter soon to get his money, and deservingly so, they're actually going to get younger and they're going to get faster. They're still going to be the oldest defense in the league, but they got a lot of moving parts that can really get it. So I'm excited about the Steelers, and camp will be here before you know it. And isn't it amazing, as 4th of July is fast approaching and we're dealing with these temperatures? I remember back in the day going to cover camp, and it was always like this, and I never could understand how those athletes were able to do what they do. It's incredible. Anyway, we'll see you tonight. Don't forget, we'll be over there at AccuSure, Rooney Way, right out in front of that Ferris wheel, getting ready for Team USA and Bosnia-Herzegovina at 8. Riverhounds will be with me. Greg's going to be there with me. Paul Chowd's going to be there with me. So really looking forward to it. In the meantime, enjoy your day, stay safe, and go slow. It's hot out there. It's your Pratt Pack. Enjoy.